Nothing makes for a better foundation for a crime novel than a secret. The best way to keep a secret? Tell a lie. That's why secrets and lies go so well together. Every book in this special story bundle contains a secret, which means lies fill all of them as well. In this bundle, best-selling, award-winning authors from around the world bring crimes, secrets, and shadow activity from every corner of the globe, sometimes adding a supernatural element. Secrets imply something slightly nefarious, something untoward, something that must be kept hidden for the good of the individual, the club, the country, or even the world. Most crime stories have a secret at their heart. Some of the best crime stories have ancient secrets, secrets that someone tried to keep hidden for a lifetime, at any cost. Usually with a lie. When lies unravel, when secrets unravel, and people unravel too. And that often leads to murder most foul. The Secrets and Lies Story Bundle is available for only a limited time. Act now, before it fades back into the darkness and into the shadows. Well, hello, and welcome to the Secrets and Lies. If you haven't figured that out by now, it's the Secrets and Lies Gathering. My name is Mark Leslie, and I am so excited to have several of the contributors, the authors who are in this story bundle. And I have Bonnie Elizabeth, I have Dean Wesley Smith, I have Rebecca Cantrell, and Lauryn Christopher. Guys, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
So I was going to call upon Dean to actually talk a little bit about what the story bundle is and how this kind of works.
Well, a story bundle done by StoryBundle.com and a wonderful man by the name of Jason. Basically, Jason puts these bundles together. He has a person, for in this one, Christine Catherine Rush, put it together. And she talked to all of us and said, can I use one of your mystery novels that hasn't been used before? Jason doesn't allow repeats. And basically, she puts it together, does an introduction, sort of like an anthology. But this anthology of novels and collections of stories only exists for 3 weeks. And we're almost done with this one. In fact, it's only got a day left. But these story bundles, you can buy them for $5 for the first 4 books, or you can buy all 10 books for $15. And we also have a really good food charity that you can donate to. It's sort of like a win-win-win situation. You get 10 major books for $15 by writers of all levels here, mostly long-term professionals. And so, did that explain it, or did I make it more confusing?
No, Dean, that was fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. I wanted to give people a chance. If you have any questions about any of the books, about Story Bundle, any questions for the authors that I get to hang out with today as we hang out in the gloomy sky here. But I do want to ask you guys a little bit to explain some of the stories. We'll get to that in just one second. Just want to, we've got some people saying, hi, everybody. Hey, ER, how you doing? And Cora as well. Hey, how's it going, Cora? Thanks for leaving the comments. I'll probably start with Bonnie. Bonnie, so tell us about your book and a little bit about your book and maybe even some of the inspiration behind that book as I bring you to center stage here.
I'm not Dean.
Pen names are hard.
It's the producer of the show. He's like, he's not very good at what he's doing here.
Yeah. Maybe Barnaby should take over. But Souls Lost is a paranormal police procedural. It is about a town with a secret. In fact, most people don't always notice the town, and people are dying. And my main characters have to unravel the mystery of what is the real secret of the town in order to solve the murders. And what inspired this was actually, Dean can take credit for that inspiration. He had, in one of his workshops, something that I had to write up in there, and I even forget what the prompt was, but I started writing those paragraphs and got really excited about it, enjoyed the idea behind what I was writing and the voice. And when I needed to write a novel, my next novel, and didn't have a good idea, I went back to those few paragraphs and decided, so what happened after that opening of 500 to 800 words, and went from there.
Wow, that is awesome. Thank you so much for that. And I love that. We start with a secret, a town that's filled with secrets. Sorry, I'll take you off the center stage there. I know it's sometimes uncomfortable when you're in the spotlight like that. So I was, thank you for sharing that. I was going to, any volunteers for who's going to go next? I volunteered Bonnie, but can I get Lauren to go next maybe? How's that sound?
Sure.
All right, I'll bring you to center stage. I know it'll start with Bonnie until I figure out how to work this machine. Here, there you are, Lauren, thanks.
Hi. So Nothing Personal is book 2 in my Hit Lady for Hire series. And in that series, my main character, whose name is Meg, she's in her everyday life. She's a successful businesswoman, does mergers and acquisitions for a private firm in Philadelphia. No, Philadelphia? Yes, Philadelphia. Where is this story? But she has a very dark and disturbing past, and she keeps her demons at bay by taking side jobs of a less than savory nature. And in Nothing Personal, she is kind of getting back on the horse after some events that happened in the first book, and takes on a job that was supposed to be pretty easy. And in fact, that first hit was pretty simple until, with her dying words, the target hires Meg to go after the people who had her killed. And it's unraveling layers upon layers of different secrets, and trying to figure out who is really doing what, figuring out who her actual target is, that keeps Meg going and keeps her trying to figure out, now that the job grew bigger than anticipated, how she can keep her side job a secret when it starts bumping into her personal life. So. We can't hear you, Mark.
You're muted, Mark.
Thank you. I had my microphone on mute because all the animals were just going crazy in the room a second ago. So thank you. I love the mergers and acquisitions. It's such a great play on words that you have with that one. All righty, Rebecca, you ready to share about your book? Awesome.
Sure.
Hang on, bring you up to center stage. And yes, here he goes.
Okay,
Come
so
on.
that's Lauren, but okay.
There you go.
So my novel is called The City of Broken Glass, and the protagonist is Hannah Fogel. She used to be a journalist in Berlin in the 1930s, and my novel, this one is set in 1938, right before the November pogrom that was going to happen in Germany. And so Hannah, it gets an assignment to write an article about this little festival, Martinstag. It's like a simple little festival in Poland, and she brings her kid, and it's supposed to be just like a very easy feature. But while she's there, the Germans deport a lot of Polish Jews to German Jews to Poland, and she goes to the town where they've been housed to figure out what's going on. And then while she's there, trouble ensues, and she ends up back in Berlin right before the night of broken glass. And so it's kind of set during a darkening era. So I started the series in 1931 as the Nazis were rising to power, and this is kind of the moment where they deeply consolidate power, and you can see from now on what the trajectory is going to be through the war. And in fact, the little town called Spazen, where the refugees are, is a real place, of course. And as she's there investigating it and finding out what's going on, the refugees are being brought in and they're being housed in a flour mill and a stable and things like that. And a year later, they were moved. The last refugee left that refugee camp just a few days before Germany invaded Poland. So it kind of has a lot of historical resonances to the time. And while they weren't particularly secret about it then, there's certainly a lot of secrets related to that time now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rebecca. That is great. I'm gonna go next and have Dean finish us up. I have a novel just released last month in my Canadian werewolf series, and it's a standalone. It's superhero kind of fiction, and my main character, Michael Andrews, is a werewolf, and so obviously he keeps that a secret because he doesn't want anyone to know his secret identity, that he actually turns into a wolf once a month for about a week. And he's in Los Angeles working on a movie set for one of the books. He's a writer. It's a wish fulfillment in many ways. The writer getting his movie made into a Hollywood film. And while he's in LA, falling in love with this woman who has some mysterious affiliation to this underground group that's rising in LA, a hate group, a fear group that's basically working within the shadows of the city. And he's getting involved in trying to stop this group, but also falling in love with someone who may be tied to this group at the same time. And that's Fear and Longing in Los Angeles. And that is my contribution to this. And of course, I didn't make myself big, but I'm going to make Dean big as he talks about his book. See, when you're the producer and the host, it's really hard to pay attention to all the buttons you're supposed to push. There we go. Dean's now center stage.
Yeah. Now my contribution to this bundle is one of my Cold Poker Gang novels. They all stand alone, and this one's called Dead Hand.
Dean's frozen.
It's in it. All the titles are poker titles. Yeah, and so there are basically no poker in it at all. Other than in the later books, you actually see them playing poker in a game room. One of the people it's the name of the Cold Poker Gang is the name of the task force that solves cold cases in Las Vegas, and that's all. That's where the poker comes from. It's just the name of the task force. They meet once a week and play cards and solve cold cases. And this one is a cold case of a woman who vanished while she was getting prepared for her wedding in Vegas. There's a surprise. There's about 200, on average, about 200 marriages a day here in Las Vegas, of all types. And so I just took that, and it's a really massive industry underneath it. And so I just kind of dug underneath that industry, found the undersides, and all the Cold Poker Gang novels are very twisted. They're really, you never know where they're going to go next. They're very light, but very twisted. This is probably the darkest of all of them. This gets to the point where you're sort of holding the book at arm's length, wondering what's going to happen. It's pretty dark underbelly of Las Vegas.
And it's funny because I know you and Chris live, you have the privilege of getting to see many of the weddings right across the street or down the street from where
we live right over one of the nicest wedding chapels in Vegas. And out of our other window, we have a corner unit. And out of our other window, there's a wedding chapel right below it too. So Doesn't matter where we look, somebody's getting married.
And then maybe where they're not looking, someone's getting murdered.
Yeah. It's pretty weird, actually. Actually seeing people, the different forms of people getting married. One moment, there'll be the people in the perfect traditional look, and the next moment, they're wearing Star Wars uniforms, and everything in between and beyond on the edges.
Excellent. Now I just expanded the view. So I've got Barnaby Bones behind me. He's one of my mascots. I see Bonnie has a skull, right? Not a real human skull, I'm hoping, but a skull for decor. Any appropriate decor is crime, thriller, mystery, eerie genre writers that you have handy or nearby?
Yeah.
No. So that's okay. We've got the decor for the rest of the team. It's fantastic.
Just my books here.
Lots of books. Comment from Mark says Cold Poker Gang would make a great TV show. Are you listening, television producers? Netflix, maybe?
Yeah, it really would. And it has spots for a whole bunch of older actors because they're all retired Las Vegas detectives. Men and
there
women.
you go.
Yeah, and they're all retired, so they're all in 50 and up. So there's a lot of old actors that would love this one. Thanks,
Excellent.
Mark. I'll pay you later.
And you could get people in to do cameos, like Castle. Castle had the poker game. You could have Castle come in and be part of their poker game.
Oh my God, that's right. Because didn't they have Michael Connolly and a bunch of
James Patterson? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's hilarious.
Early on, they had a good poker game. Yeah.
But here's the sad news. The sad news is today is April 14th, and at April 15th at midnight Eastern Standard Time, I believe, this bundle will no longer be available. You can't get all of these awesome books and more, which you're going to see again in the closing video. So if you're interested in this bundle, you can also contribute a percentage of whatever percentage you decide to go to World Central Kitchen, which is a really great cause. And that was a cause that Christine Catherine Rush, who was the curator for this bundle, collected these stories and then wanted to do something for this very worthy cause. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, sharing a little bit about what's in the bundle. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you being here. And I guess with that, we're all going to say cheerio, goodbye. You've got lots of great books to read, and this storybundle.com/mystery is where you can check it out. And I'm just going to cut over to that closing video again. Thanks, guys, so much for joining me.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing makes for a better foundation for a crime novel than a secret. The best way to keep a secret? Tell a lie. That's why secrets and lies go so well together. Every book in this special story bundle contains a secret, which means lies fill all of them as well. In this bundle, best-selling, award-winning authors from around the world bring crimes, secrets, and shadow activity from every corner of the globe, sometimes adding a supernatural element. Secrets imply something slightly nefarious, something untoward, something that must be kept hidden for the good of the individual, the club, the country, or even the world. Most crime stories have a secret at their heart. Some of the best crime stories have ancient secrets, secrets that someone tried to keep hidden for a lifetime at any cost, usually with a lie. When lies unravel, when secrets unravel, and people unravel too. And that often leads to murder most foul. The Secrets and Lies Story Bundle is available for only a limited time. Act now before it fades back into the darkness and into the shadows.